accounting for materials. So, pag-aaralan naman natin ngayon yung spoiled units, defective units, scrap materials, waste materials in a job order costing system. So, pag sinabi nating spoiled units, ibig sabihin, these are products that did not meet the production standards and are sold as is. So, medyo defective pero mabibenta pa rin natin. Okay? Actually, when you say spoiled, ibig sabihin, ano pa nagkaiba niya doon sa defective? Sa spoiled units, wala nang rework na gagawin. Sa defective units, they are defective upon production, pero may gagawin pa para ayusin yon. Okay? Para maging good as perfect yung products natin. Okay? So that's your defective units. How about the scrap materials? Scrap materials are left over from production that cannot be put back into production for the same purpose. Okay, so yung mga pinagtapyasan, yan po yung considered as scrap materials. And then you also have your waste materials. Waste materials are also leftovers for production and have no further use or resale. So, ano pinakaiba ng scrap materials at saka waste materials? Yung inyo pong scrap materials, this is an income. This is considered as part of your miscellaneous income kasi mabibenta pa siya. How about your waste materials? Waste materials, expense lang po ito. Kasi wala po tayong, hindi natin siya mabibenta. Okay? So, two methods of accounting for spoiled materials. Charge to specific job and charge to all production. Pag charge to specific job, ang entry lang natin would be to debit spoiled goods and then credit work in process. So, ano yung spoiled goods ninyo? Again, sabi ko kanina, yung spoiled goods ninyo would be part of your inventory, mabibenta, pero hindi na kasi aayusin. So, ang spoiled goods are considered part of your inventory. And then, i-credit natin siya sa working process. 'Di ba? Pag perfect yung goods, from work in process, nililipat natin siya sa finished goods. For this one, these are spoiled goods. So, debit tayo ng spoiled goods. Okay? Credit, work in process. Pag nabenta, edi debit tayo ng cash, credit tayo ng spoiled goods. Okay. Charge to all production. Okay. When you say charge to all production, hahatiin natin. Okay. Yung part ng cost ng spoiled goods natin is mapupunta sa inventory and then part will go to your factory overhead control para sa mga items na nasa production pa lang. Okay. So, let's take for instance, meron tayong job 3044. Ang ginagawa natin ay 4,000 units. And then, ang total manufacturing niya is 40,000. Meron tayong allowance na 1 peso for 4 spoiled goods. Sabi, when the product was completed, 200 rejected units were sold for 18,000 pesos. 18 pesos, sorry. So, kapag charge to all production at pag charge to specific job. Punta muna tayo kapag charge to specific job kasi mas madali yun. Okay? So, charge to specific job, ang first entry natin is from work in process. I-debit natin yung work in process at saka yung okay. I-debit natin yung work in process at saka yung mga nagastos natin. Naka-incur tayo ng, this is pertaining for the 200 units ha. Hindi. This is pertaining to the, ilang units na nga ba yun? 4,000 units rather. 4,000 units. Okay. So, 4,000 units. Yung materials natin is 15, 13, and 12. But this 112 is meron tayong 1 peso allowance. So, sulat ko lang ha. Para hindi ako malito. 15, 13, and 12 with allowance na 1 peso. Okay. Okay. So, ang entry natin kapag charge to specific job is debit work in process, materials, that is 15 pesos times 4,000. Sulat ko na lang para ay dito pala sa baba. Is equals to 60,000. 13 pesos times 4,000, that's 52,000. And then you have your 11. Pag charge to specific job, hindi natin gagamitin yung with allowance. Diba may allowance? Yung 12 pesos, may allowance yun na 1 peso. So, we will only use yung net niyan, which is 1 peso, para ma-charge dun sa specific job. Okay, sa total of which would be 156. The difference na 1 peso, debit tayo ng, okay. So, itong difference ng 1 peso is an allowance kasi. So, pag normal production yan, or ang ibig sabihin ng 1 peso, in-expect mo na talaga na meron kang spoiled units every production. Okay? But if it is charged to specific job, dapat wala. Okay? So, kapag meron tayong spoiled goods, debit tayo ng spoiled good, 3,600. 3,600, that is your 200 times magkano? That is 15 plus 18 plus 11. 15 plus 18 plus 11, that is 30. Hold on. Okay. So, yung spoiled goods dito, i-multiply natin sa 18 pesos, which is the selling price ng inyong spoiled goods. Okay? Nandito po yan given sa taas. And then, we have your finished goods, 152,400. Yung inyong finished goods naman will be equal to your 156,000. Ima-minus natin dyan yung napagbentahan natin na spoiled goods, which is 3,600, para makuha ninyo yung malilipat sa finished goods na 152,400. Okay. Punta naman tayo doon sa charge to all production. Okay, so dito, pag charge to all production, i-consider natin yung with allowance. Okay, so kapag nagdala tayo ng manufacturing cost allowance, debit tayo ng manufacturing cost sa production rather, debit tayo ng work in process, 160,000. Materials ninyo, this is 15, magkano yun? 13 and 12. Okay, for this one, meron na tayong allowance. So, 15,000 times 4,000, 60,000. 13 times 4,000, 52,000. You have your 12,000 times 4,000, that is your factory overhead applied. Okay. Paano kapag nagkaroon ng spoiled goods? So, you know your spoiled goods is 200 units times 18. That's 3,600. Okay? And then, what will happen is, kukunin ninyo yung, paano na nga ba to? Dali, isipin ko. Okay. So, i-debit din natin yung factory overhead control na 200 units times 40. Okay? This one, ang total po nito, materials, labor, at overhead is 40. So, debit tayo ng factory overhead control na 40. Is it tama? Hold on. 200 times 40. Double check ko lang ha. Okay. Mali ako. Okay. So, di ba meron tayong spoiled goods na 200 units. Okay. So, technically, ang cost talaga nun, cost ng nawala sa atin is 200, is 40 times 200, that's 8,000. Okay. Yan yung ikinikredit natin o ikinatanggal natin sa work in process kasi nililipat natin sa spoiled goods. Okay. Kaso, from the 8,000, ang mabibenta mo lang is 3,600. So, yung factory overhead control, i-absorb yan ng production. Okay? So, ang mangyayari, tataas po yung unit cost ninyo. Okay? So, debit tayo ng 4,400 factory overhead control. Kapag nagkaroon na tayo ng finished goods, di ba yung finished goods ninyo, you already have, nabawasan na ito kanina, itong 160,000 nitong 8,000. So, the work in process that you now have is 152. Okay? Yan yung ililipat ninyo ngayon sa finished goods. Okay? So, kung i-allocate natin itong 160K na to, 152 went to your finished goods, 3,600 went to your spoiled goods, while the difference of 4,400 will now be part of your factory overhead control, which is eventually makuklose sa inyong uh, um, makuklose sa inyong cost of goods sold, di ba? Remember kasi pag-offsetin natin yung factory overhead apply at saka factory overhead control para makuha mo yung over and under applied, which is hahatiin natin sa production, cost of goods sold, at saka yung mga remaining inventories natin. Okay? So that's for accounting for your spoiled goods. Next, we proceed to your two methods of accounting for defective materials. So, meron din tayo dito charge to specific job at saka charge to production. Pag defective materials, nagkakaroon tayo ng rework. Sira yung item, so mag-i-inject tayo ng additional work in process, ng additional manufacturing cost para mabuo siya at maging perfect. Okay. Charge to specific job ang entry natin, debit work in process, credit materials, payroll, and then credit tayo na factory overhead applied. Charge to all production, factory overhead control, and then credit natin si materials, payroll, at saka factory overhead applied. Okay, so meron tayong 4,000 units na ginawa for job 3044. Okay, the cost is 15, 13, and 12 with 1 peso allowance for defective units. During processing, 300 units were found to be defective at ito po yung magiging additional cost kapag gagawin sila. Okay. So what will be the entries if the additional cost is charged to all production? Pag charged to all production, kailangan may allowance. Okay, pag specific job, wala. Okay, additional cost is charged to production. Okay, so pag charged to production, yung additional items natin will be put to work in process. Debit ka ng work in process, credit ka ng materials 2,000, labor 4,000, and overhead of debit ka ng work in process, sinimulan niya pala doon sa una. 4,000 units times 40. Okay, yan yung nagsimula pa nang wala pang sira. Okay. So, debit ka ng work in process, 160,000, 4,000 times 40, materials na 60, payroll 52,000, and then factory overhead applied. Okay, yung applied natin will be 12 pesos times 4,000. 12 pesos times 4,000. Kasi with allowance, di ba? Okay. Ngayon, mag-incur tayo ng additional cost for your rework. Okay? So, debit tayo ng factory overhead control kasi itong cost ng rework na to will be added to your factory overhead na. Okay? Again, your factory overhead control will be offset to your factory overhead applied para makuha ninyo yung over and under applied later on, which will be allocated yung difference nila to your cost of goods sold, work in process. Okay? At saka sa finished goods kung meron kang natitirang ending inventory. So, debit tayo ng factory overhead control, credit materials 2,000, labor 4,000, and factory overhead of 2,000. Okay, saan galing yung amounts na yan? That these are all given, ha? Given po yan. Okay. Ngayon, kapag magta-transfer ka na, di ba, initially, your finished goods is 160,000, yun pa rin ang ililipat mo. Hindi mo isasama yung 8,000 pesos dito sa work in process. Bakit? Kasi, itong 8,000 na to, remember, pinasok mo na siya sa factory overhead control. Okay? Additional cost na lang yan. Hindi siya pinasok sa factory overhead applied. Okay? So, hindi hindi siya napunta ng work in process. So pag ililipat mo from work in process to finished goods, debit ka ng finished goods, credit work in process 160,000. Okay. Additional cost is charged to specific job. Okay. So pag specific job, walang allowance. No allowance. So kanina, that is 15, magkano na nga ba? 15, 13, and 11. Okay. So dito, 15, 13, and 11. Okay. So kapag nagpunta ka sa nagdala ka ng if it's charged to specific job, the actual cost without the allowance ang gagamitin natin. So for materials, 15,000 times, this is 4,000 times 4,000, and then this one is times 4,000. So ang nasa work in process mo na, 156,000 pesos. And then nag-incur ka ng 8,000 additional cost for rework. Debit ka ulit ng work in process, 8,000, credit ka ng materials, payroll, and factory overhead applied na 2,000. Ito ay yung given. Okay? And then, ililipat mo siya sa finished good, debit ka ng finished goods 164, total ng inyong dalawang work in process, credit ka ng work in process 164. So, anong difference ng dalawa? Ito, charge to specific job, pinasok mo sa work in process. Dito, pinasok mo siya sa factory overhead control. Okay? Diniretso mo ng expense. Accounting for scrap material. So, scrap material, ito ay mga pinagtapyasan or mga itatapon na pero nakabenta ka pa. So, if scrap material is recovered, debit ka ng scrap materials, credit ka ng work in process. Okay. If the scrap material is not traceable to specific job, the entry is debit scrap materials, credit ka ng miscellaneous income. If the scrap materials is recovered from factory supplies, debit ka ng scrap materials, credit ka ng factory overhead control. Okay. Accounting for waste materials. So, accounting for waste materials naman tayo. Okay. So, kapag nagdi-dispose ka ng mostly lang to, journal entries lang to. If you're disposing of waste material, pag nagdi-dispose ka, bakit accounts payable yung entry? Kasi pag mag-incur ka ng cost para ma-dispose mo ng material. Unlike scrap materials, mabibenta mo yung natira sa'yo. Okay? Pag waste material, magtatapon ka and it will entail you an additional cost. Okay? So, kapag specific job, pasok mo sa work in process inventory, kapag hindi siya charged to specific job, ipapasok mo siya sa factory overhead control. So, yun lang yung difference. Dito lang. Okay? So, nakikita nyo may pattern, di ba? Next, punta tayo sa economic order quantity. So, sa economic order quantity, it is the order quantity of inventory that minimizes the cost of inventory. Okay, ano ba yung cost of inventory na sinasabi natin? So, meron tayong dalawang cost ng inventory. Yung carrying cost at saka holding cost. Okay? Sorry. Ang dalawang klase ng inventory natin is your carrying cost at saka yung ordering cost. Okay. So, yung carrying cost ninyo, ang other cost niyan is your holding cost. Baka sa ibang problem, ibigay na holding cost, hindi ninyo gamitin ha. Sinabi ko ha, ang holding cost at carrying cost, iisa lang yan. Okay. So, ano pa pinag-aaralan sa EOQ? Sa EOQ, pinag-aaralan po dito is kung ano yung maximum na inventory at minimum possible cost na ma-incur. Okay? So, how do we solve for EOQ? Okay. Okay. So, wala tayong kailangang gawin dito sa formula ng EOQ but to memorize. Okay. So, EOQ is the square root of 2 times your annual demand times your ordering cost divided by carrying cost per unit. So assume the following information. Annual units required is 4,800. Ordering cost per order is 30 pesos, and then carrying cost per unit is 1.25. Okay. So, ma'am, bakit yung ordering cost per order tas yung isa carrying cost per unit? Okay. Kasi kapag nag-order tayo, 'di ba, usually bulk 'yan. Tapos ang cost niyan is per order. It's like your shipping fee. Okay? So that's your ordering cost. So ang EOQ natin dito will be 2 times 4,800 times 30 divided by 1.25. So this one is 288 divided by 1.25. You get the square root, that will be 480 units. Okay. So, anong gagawin natin? So, for 480 units, di ba meron tayong annual units required? Ilang beses daw tayo mag-order for isang taon? Okay. So, sa EOQ, dapat ang per order natin is 480 units. Okay. So, remember, your demand is 4,800. That's your annual demand. Okay. So, kung per order, kailangan meron kang 480 units, ilang beses ka mag-order sa isang taon? That's 4,800 divided by 480. 10 times ka mag-order sa isang taon. Okay. What is the frequency of placing an order? So, madali lang. Kung 365 days ang gamit mo sa isang taon, 365 days divided by 10 times. Okay? Kasi 'di ba, 10 times ka mag-order. So, every 366 days, kasi that's 365 divided by 10, that's 336.5. So, gawin na lang natin 36 kasi pag, pag, 30, pag 36 days, possible na malate ka. So, 36 days. Okay. Pero the standard na ginagamit talaga sa practice is 360 days, not 365. Okay, but it depends kung ang given sa problem 365 ang ginamit, 365 ang gagamitin ninyo. If the problem is silent, 360. Okay? 360 divided by 10 days, that's 36. Okay, every 36 days, saan ka magagawa ng order? Okay. Ordering cost. Ordering cost is the number of orders times cost per order. Diba, ang number of orders mo is 10 times cost per order is 30 pesos. This is given 300 pesos yung magiging ordering cost mo annually. Okay, how about your carrying cost? Your carrying cost is your average inventory times carrying cost per unit. Average inventory is computed as your inventory 1 plus inventory 2 divided by 2. But in this case, wala tayong inventory 1 at inventory 2. Hence, ang gagamitin ninyo is yung EOQ. That's 480 divided by 2 times 1.25. Your carrying cost is 300. So, total inventory cost, ordering cost plus carrying cost, that is 300 plus 300. Total inventory cost is 600 pesos. Okay? Reorder point. So, sa reorder point, okay. So, let's discuss this. Last na ba to? Okay, malapit na. It is quite important to know the reorder point because important siya sa inventory management in a sense na kapag ikaw ay naubusan ng stocks. Okay? Kapag ikaw ay naubusan ng stocks, mawawalan ka ng customer. At ayaw naman natin yun, magamit sa business. Ayaw natin yun nangyari sa business. Okay, so what's your reorder point? Your reorder point is your daily usage times lead time. Okay. So, ano yung daily usage? So, pag sinabi natin daily usage, that's your daily demand. Magkano ba yung nabibenta mo or nagagamit mong inventory in a day? Yung lead time naman, that's the time that your order will arrive. Diba? Sa Shopee, usually it's 3 days. So, kunwari, So, for instance, ikaw ay bumibili sa Shopee ng, ano ba, materials. Like, in everyday, ang nagagamit mo 100 units. Alam mo na 3 days bago dumating yung order mo. Okay, so 100 units times 3 days, that's 300. Kapag na-reach mo na yung 300 units inventory mo, current inventory mo, that's your signal to reorder. Magpe-place ka na ng order mo. Okay? Kasi that 300 units is enough to cover the lead time that you have. Sa 300, sa 3 days na wala kang, hindi pa dumadating yung order mo, meron kang 300 na units para to make you survive the business. Okay? Ano naman yung stock out cost and safety stock? Ang reorder point kasi, medyo sagad yan. So, pag stock out cost at saka safety stock, ibig sabihin, magdadagdag ka ng additional number of items from your reorder point para if in case magkaroon ng additional order, hindi ka pa rin mawawalan. Okay? So, your reorder point, daily usage times lead time plus safety stocks. Okay? For example, yung binigay natin, ito na lang. Ang maximum daily usage natin is 50 units. Ang average daily usage natin is 40 units and then your lead time is 10 days. So, 50 minus 40, the difference is 10 pesos. Okay. Multiplied by your lead days, 18 days lead time. 180 units yung inyong magiging safety stock. So, ngayon, kung gusto mo mag-keep ng safety stock, kasi nga, 'di ba, ang average daily usage mo 40 pero minsan umabot ka ng 50. So, yung difference na 10 pesos, that will be your safety stock in units times your lead time, 180 days. Okay. So, ang reorder point mo na ngayon will be daily usage, that is, asan na yun kanina? 40 lang din ba yung ginamit niya? Okay. So, ang daily usage mo is reorder point, di ba? 40 times your lead time na 18 plus 180. So this one is 720 plus 180. That is your 900 units. This is your reorder point. Okay. On an average, 40 units yung ginagamit mo. And then your lead time is 18 units. Pero sometimes, umaabot ka ng 50. Kaya magsiset up tayo ng safety stock and units. So that's 180. So your order point now is now 900. So pag na-reach mo yung 900, kailangan mag-order ka na sa supplier mo. Okay? So that's it for your accounting for materials. Yung accounting for auditing, I will release the video tomorrow. Tomorrow morning kasi I have to go na ngayon. And then that's it. I'll check kung meron akong ibibigay na activities. Isi-send ko na lang sa Beedle. Thank you.